realtors be held accountable for terrorizing farmers and trying to steal their land?
Absolutely. They'll be penalized for it heavily. That's why I'm here. Crony capitalism at its best.
Indeed. And should a lawyer lose their license to practice law if they use this position and harass their neighbors and terrorize the neighbors?
Sure.
Yes?
Yeah, he ought to be disbarred.
Indeed. And that's my follow-up question. Should they keep their license, their real estate license?
No.
All right.
I think they ought to get really penalized heavily for it, for going after the little folks.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Should lawyers be reprimanded for harassing farmers?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And why, do you think?
Farmers are put here on earth to do a certain thing, and part of that is taking care of the land, taking care of the property, and raising food for those to eat,
Yes.
and enjoying their fields.
Indeed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Should realtors lose their licenses if they're caught in this scheme? Without a shadow of a doubt, because this has to go to the basics of ethical professional conduct. And if we have people who are carrying out professional conduct under a license that's granted for them to do business, and inflicting harm or infringing on the individual liberty of a landowner, we definitely have a problem, and they definitely need to be pulled back. All people who terrorize an individual landowner should be held accountable, whether they're a millionaire or not. And this is the problem, is that we've lost an understanding of the importance of individual property rights. It's the basis of our constitutionality. It's what we should be teaching in schools. It's what we should be raising successive generations to understand.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Because we've got K through 12 students not learning the basics of individual property and individual property rights.
Yeah.
And as an elected official, it's very important to me that we understand what's important for us to impart on the next generation, so that they'll grow up protecting it.
And they know, yeah, indeed. I see what you're
Absolutely.
saying. Yes.
And I'm Elizabeth Schultz. I'm on the Fairfax County School Board.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice to speak with you. Should millionaire realtors be held accountable for terrorizing farmers and trying to steal their land?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yes. And should a lawyer lose their license to practice law if they use their position to harass and terrorize the neighbors?
Yes, I think they should be disbarred.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know. Yeah. Yes. Also, both of our mothers were in real estate. You know, and I don't think that if you have a unethical business and you're using it, then you should lose your real estate license for sure. You know?
Thank you. All right.
Every professional society in this nation has rules by which they police themselves. Lawyers are one of them. They hold each other to a higher standard. That's for the Lawyers' Council to decide, not for myself. I can certainly see this come before them.
Indeed. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I understand that the case is going forward, which is a victory in and of itself. Folks that came out were thrilled to hear that that Martha's going to have her day in court, and that she's going to be able to redress the issues that have come up, and really bring to light the things that were done that were really wrong. And the world needs to know about that, so we don't have this sort of thing happening where people are harassed and trying to driven off of their land. When people abuse their privilege and their power, everyone is hurt. And when people of great power and great stature use that to get an advantage in a land situation, it's really awful.
Okay. Thank you. Do you think that lawyers who use the unethical land grab scheme should lose their real estate license?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's some proceedings. Court is hearing different cases, and we were there to support Martha Bonetta. Absolutely. I think anybody who kept Mrs. Bonetta on purpose from conducting her business should be held accountable. Sure.
Indeed. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the lawyers who were involved should lose their licenses. I think neighbors, whether they are realtors or not, I am a realtor and I find what's happening is more about neighbors with political power and abuse, and they are pulling favoritism, short and simple, and I think that they should be held accountable, and it's horrific that any person goes to a beautiful country area and has their dream destroyed by a neighbor who wants to harm them.
Well, I think we should all be accountable for our failures and efforts to do what we think is right if they contradict what God would call us to do. So if that's what they're doing, then they deserve some form of justice here in this world.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think any of us really deserve to be terrorized. Innocent people have been terrorized throughout the history of our nation and the world. I don't think that's ever right. So if someone has to pay a price, I hope it conforms with the righteousness of God. That'd be a good thing.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right, the 1% lives in Fauquier County, 1,000 acres, okay? We're the 8th wealthiest county in the country, and there are people that have lived here forever, and I understand that, but young people need to farm too, and she didn't do anything wrong. If she had done something wrong, but they have just harassed her from day one, and no, they don't. Nobody deserves that, and that's why we're here in this cold weather.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. There's no accountability. So, as being a realtor myself, at one time in Prince William County, I just really feel that there was a problem that the Piedmont Environmental Council didn't understand, and if they would have just known Martha a little bit better, this whole thing wouldn't happen. But they just made an enemy out of her. So.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, sir.
Well, I don't think it's about being a millionaire at all. I think anybody that terrorizes anybody should be held accountable. So.
Indeed. All right. Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right.
Okay, it's working now. I'm going to be mercifully brief given the weather. Well, what are we doing here this morning? Well, I'll tell you what, we are freezing for Martha. Yay! But we are freezing for Martha for a very good reason.